to you is You Put What in Your Hair by an anonymous author. Last week in speech class, we gave demonstration speeches. Shirley demonstrated how to make no-bake cookies. She brought in all the ingredients and the cooking utensils, and she made the cookies while she talked. Then she passed them around so everyone got some. It was a great demonstration speech. Andy demonstrated how to shine shoes. He brought in shoe polish and rags and even an electric buffer. He did a good job on the shoes, but nobody in the class was too interested. Everyone wears tennis shoes or jogging shoes. Who wears shoes that have to be polished? I decided I wanted to give my demonstration speech on something of vital interest to everyone in the class. After much thought, I hit the perfect topic: hair. Everyone is interested in how their hair looks, so I decided I wanted to give my demonstration speech on how to condition your hair so it's shiny and silky and has lots of bounce. I read that if you put mayonnaise in your hair and then wrap your head with plastic wrap, it's the perfect conditioner. My plan was to demonstrate on myself. First, I would smear mayonnaise all over my head and then work it into my hair. Then I would wrap plastic wrap around and around my head, covering like a turban. My teacher agreed to let me give my demonstration speech in 2 parts. Part 1 was smear and wrap, and part 2 would be to let everyone see how shiny and bouncy my hair was after I rinsed out the mayonnaise. Part 1 went fine, since one of the criteria for grading was to hold the attention of the audience. I was sure I had it A. The class laughed and hooted and urged me to use more mayonnaise. I had their undivided attention. There's no doubt of that. I dug my spoon into the jar and took big globs on my head. Then I massaged it into my hair. When my entire head resembled a bowl of egg salad, I wrapped plastic wrap around and around my hair, covering every inch of hair. Amid spontaneous applause, I sat down to let the mayo do its job. That's when the fire alarm went off. I couldn't believe it. We hadn't had a fire drill all year, and now they were having one while my head was covered with mayonnaise and plastic wrap. My teacher, everyone line up, quickly, my teacher said. I said I'd go rinse out my hair and catch up with the rest of the class outside, but my teacher wouldn't hear of it. She said we had to get out of the building immediately in case it might be a real fire. I told her that if it was a real fire, I'd be perfectly safe with my head under the faucet. But she insisted that I line up and go outside with the rest of the class. I've never been so humiliated in my life. I attracted more attention than the fire marshal who came to supervise our drill. And worst of all, the local TV station was short of news that day, so they decided to film the fire drill. Help! Stop! When the reporter saw me, she ran over, stuck the microphone in my face, and asked me my name. When the fire drill finally ended and we were allowed to go back inside, I headed straight for the bathroom. That's when I discovered that mayonnaise doesn't rinse out. Not with cold water, not with hot water, not with hot water and a whole handful of pink grainy soap that our school uses. No matter how long I held my head in the sink, I couldn't get all of the mayonnaise out. Finally, I had to cut the rest of my classes and go home and get in the shower. And even then, it took nearly an hour and 4 different kinds of shampoo before I had nothing but hair on my head. And by then it was too late to go back to class and let everyone admire my shiny, bouncy hair. And instead of an A on my speech, I got an incomplete. And that night at 6 o'clock news, there was I for all the world to see, looking like someone from outer space. And there was the reporter cracking up right on camera. And she said, You put what in your